Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, everyone. I hope you guys are having a fantastic Sunday morning. Getting my cameras where they all need to be so that I could talk to you and kind of just ignore the world. If you hear barking in the background, Charlie's singing to his people. He's actually yelling at Dad for not sharing his breakfast, but that's okay. We're here for it. And if you look at my hair looks like I had a night filled with bad decisions, and this morning I'm asking for forgiveness. So don't worry about the hot mess. Don't worry about Charlie in the background. This is just what it's like when you work from home and you live in your office, figuratively and physically. You get all the fun sounds of my shop and on all the jazz. So good morning to everybody over on YouTube. Good morning to everybody over on Facebook. Again, this is the Sass. My name is Nikki Adamkowitz, and today we're going to be teaching arts and crafts projects with Sublimation. I'm going to do 2 projects today. We're going to do from start to finish on these projects. So we're going to do that. Make sure you guys say good morning to Jody, who is behind the helm. So when you hear the voice that comes over the loudspeaker, so to speak, that is Miss Jody. She is going to be putting up all the links that we're going to be talking about today. So you know, the Sass is strong with this one. Good morning. I hope you guys are having a fantastic morning. So it's been a long time since I've had coffee in the morning on a Sass, but you know what? We're here for it. Like I said, a night filled with bad decisions. So we are going to start talking about Easter. I know what you're thinking. Nikki, Valentine's Day isn't until Tuesday, and then we still have Mardi Gras, and we still have St. Patrick's Day, and you're already into April. Can we have that little bit of a conversation first? Yes. So really, here's the deal. With holidays, you want to start anywhere between 60 to 90 days before the holiday of promoting it, right? So that's where we are. We're at that point. We should have been talking about Valentine's Day literally in December, although we hate talking about Valentine's Day in December, especially around the December 15th timeframe, because we're still into Christmas. We're not ready to give up the holly and the jolly to go to the hearts and the love. We just weren't there yet. But now that we're here in the beginning of the year, we really have to start planning out our holidays for us. For us. This is for us. This isn't for our people. This is for us so that we can make sure that we're jockeying for the right position. We're in the right lane that we're supposed to be in. We've got all the things that we need to have. And that's why we're going to start talking about Easter. I'm taking a break from MDF today. I am not going to lie to you. And you probably all feeling the same way. I'm MDF'd out at the moment. So I'm taking a break from MDF and I'm going to show 2 sublimation projects, one of which you can use all year round. You could sell these very, very easily. They're both technically no sew projects. I will show you how one of them can be a sewing project, but let's just jump into it, shall we? I gave you guys a sneak peek for those who follow me over in my group at the Sassy Subber as to what we're working on today. So let's just get to the camera. Good morning, good morning. I feel like that should be our theme song at any rate. So there you go. That's what we're going to be working on. That is a bunny bag, and the bunny bag is made from a table runner that comes from Driven by Graphics. I took his, not the hemmed one, the non-hemmed version of his table runners, this guy right here, right? It just raw seam, I think is what he calls it. I'm not even sure, but this is the lighter colored one, and it's honestly perfect for a lot of different crafting projects. You can make flowers out of these. You can make the bunny bags we're about to make. Really, you can even make hair bows. I know. Nikki's all about a hair bow, but that's because that's my main staple business, and so that's where we're at. But you can really make a lot of things with this table runner because it's such a good quality. So here's the bunny bags we're going to make. I mean, come on. This is great and we're going to talk about this over the next couple of weeks of the things you can show off for Easter or for Passover, depending on what you celebrate. Okay. For goodies. Okay. This is for puzzles or for candy or whatever you want to use it for. I really don't care. But yes, you can go ahead and turn around and resell these if you wanted to. I'm going to show you how to do that. You're also going to see how to make the bullet fabric bows. Everybody has seen them all over the interwebs, the bullet fabric bows. And one of our viewers, Tamara, wanted to know how to put the name on it and how to do it in the right spot. We're going to talk about that as well. This is a no-sew project. You just need a little bit of hot glue, and I'll show you why in a little while. So there's that bow. Things you're going to need for this entire project. So you're going to need a table runner from Marvin from Driven by Graphics. I'm using twine just because I think it has a really cool look to it on your bag, but you can use any ribbon that you want. You have bullet fabric. The bullet fabric that I use, you can find in my Amazon store. So you have that. Jody, if you could start pushing those links up there for Driven by Graphics and the Amazon shop, that'd be great. And then, so you need that bullet fabric. The bullet fabric is in the Amazon shop for that. Here's where things get a little bit tricky. So for this bag, you can use E6000. You can use not this one, the next size smaller, a thin version of the Heat Ultra Bond. We are going to, for the sake of this conversation, we're going to just use a hot glue gun. But guess what? If you sew, please sew these bags. Once you sew them, they're gorgeous. But yes, for those non-sewers, I know there's a bunch of you out there, you have other products that you can use. I will say I probably wouldn't use a glue gun per se, because the glue gun will wear down all over time once you go to flip it and whatnot. But for the sake of this tutorial and time, I am using my glue gun. Normally, I probably would have used my Heat Bond or my E6000, let them dry before I flipped them, especially the E6000, and then flipped them and be on my merry way. These are a quick, easy tutorial. I will be posting the template for these in the group so you guys can make your own. Can I design for them? Of course I can. They're my bag. And this as well. All right. Let me just take a drink of coffee and a breather. So let's clear the slate here and let's talk about all things Driven by Graphics when it comes to these table runners. Now, I want you guys to start thinking outside the box on this one. You can make other shapes with this and whatnot. I've already taken the liberty of, on the wrong side of the fabric, drawing my bag. Okay, so you have one bag that has the ears, and then you have one which is the back side. Now, because I'm not a sewer, well, I am, but let's just pretend I'm not. Because let's say I'm not a sewer. He has this hemmed edge, to call it something, this raw surged edge. I'm going to play off of that for the back of my bag. So let's pull this apart real quick. I want that so that I don't have to fold it over and glue it. I want to utilize that raw edge that has the surged edge. All right. I want to utilize that for when I put my bag together. Now this bag is slightly taller, or this piece is slightly taller than this one. And the reason being is when you go to scrunch this all together, you want it to be able to close. Really simple. Okay, so this one is definitely taller than this portion. So we're just going to go ahead and cut this out. Can you sublimate the entire thing front and back? Of course you can. Of course you can. Oh, you know what? Let's get the good scissors out. Does anybody ever have a pair of good scissors that you will definitely choose murder if anybody touches them for anything else other than what they're intended to use for? No? Just me? Okay. Actually, I think it's half of the world. Now, can you create just a box? Sure you can. You can create whatever you want. Hold on. I have recently found out I can't talk and cut at the same time. I get concentrating. And I'm trying to get better at, no dead air. Okay, so there's that. Now for this one, I just want to get this chunk of stuff off of here and out of my way. Now, if you're a sewer, go use all the things that you use. You have mats, you have cutting board or cutting mats, and you have all the things. Please just use whatever you want. This is just to guide you. And there is no right or wrong way to make this bag. You can go and make your own. I don't really care, to be honest with you, because there is no right or wrong way making a bunny bag. Okay? Here's what you're learning right now. Nikki cannot cut on a line, and that's okay. I failed kindergarten at that point. And it's 10 a.m. and I have a half a cup of coffee in me. So, judgment-free zone.
That's okay. My lines would be zigzag, boss.
What?
I said my lines would be zigzag.
Right? You know what? You could use pinking shears, though. In all seriousness, you could use a good pinking shear to cut these if you didn't want to, kill yourself over here. You could, and it would give it just a feathered, ruffled edge. That helps for people like Jody and I, who look like we had a night filled of bad decisions. Okay, so here we go. That's it. Done. Okay. You love my hair. Thank you. My hair looks like a hot mess. All right. So here's your two pieces. All right. This will get flipped onto this. You will glue it. You see how this is taller? You want it taller. Again, you want that surged edge. Use that for you. I'm going to set this aside. We're going to we're going to sublimate two things. So we're going to be sublimating the bag and we're going to be sublimating the bow. When I tell you this is that easy, I don't even go in and create details for the ears. I wanted the ears just to be teal. Can I go in and with the pattern create something so you can sit there and line it up? Absolutely, I can. But let's just call a spade here. And now, I drew this line here on the back. And the reason I did that is so that I could line up the ear. So this is the bottom of my bag. I need to be able to have the ear stop at some point, right? So I have it so it sits just like so. See how easy that was? Really. I mean, and then you just tape down your fabric. Could you give them bigger, floppier ears? Yes. Now, my original pattern, my ears are literally straight like this. All right. But I wanted them to be kind of cockeyed. So I as I was standing here this morning, I was like, oh, let's give them a little bit of, so when I go to tie it, it fans out better. That was the honest reason of why I did that. Let me get some butcher paper. We protect our investments around here. You can get a lot of bunny bags out of one table runner. And it's an obscene amount. So you figure what the table runner cost you and the amount of bunny bags you can get out of them is just amazing. Again, you could just sell the bags as is. I don't care what you do with them. Go sell the bags as is. People are buying them from the Dollar Tree all the time. Why not? You don't have to be perfect at this. Again, seal the edges, put some candy inside, put a treat inside, put a puzzle inside. Get one of the very small puzzles, put the puzzles in there, add some candy, make it a mini basket from grandma, whatever it may be. It's completely up to you at this point what you decide to do. You can create little mini baskets out of these little bags. They're just adorable. They really are. And I love the color and the richness of the color that the table runners offer this. Another thing that you could do, the pillow pockets that Marvin sells? You could take and make ears out of this and sew them on the pocket, and now it looks like bunny ears. You can add bunny ears to anything and call it a bunny. So there you go. There's that too. Is that design in your shop so we can press then cut? It will be. I definitely will be putting them in my shop. I wanted to see what kind of interest you guys had. Is this a project you guys want to do? Please let me know in the comments section if you want me to offer the bunny ears. So it's just literally you just press and go. You guys let me know. You guys saw that I cut it out first and then I press it just because then this way I'm not wasting. I can kind of lay out my bunny bags on my table runner so I have enough space and I can pretty much gang it, that kind of thing. So This will be a free project, by the way. I'm not going to sell this. This is actually going to be a free project you guys are going to get in my Sassy Subber design, in my Sassy Subber group over on Facebook. If you're watching me on YouTube and you've never seen me before, make sure you join the Sassy Subber Nation over on Facebook. And this will be your free tutorial. I will offer this in a variety of colors for you guys. If you notice the eyes match, it had to be teal. Let's just call a spade here. Okay, it had to be teal. So this will be a free project you guys will be able to use to go sell to your little heart's content. It will have everything that you need, because I believe that sometimes we just need a win, and not everything in life needs to have a price. So, and because Nikki wanted to craft, I just didn't want to do it. I said to Randy and Claire last night, I'm sorry, girls, but I'm done with MDF for right now. So there you go. This will be your project. Now, you can go as far as making a little chick too. I will be doing the chick one, and the chick one is where the wings come out. You can do the chick one. It's a little bit more complicated with that because it is 4 pieces, because you have the wings and all that jazz. But the bunny bags is where it's going to be your free project for right now. It will come in a wide variety of colors. You'll have different tops that will be in here. I will load them to the group. It'll be in the file section. I'll probably put you a Dropbox link of all the stuff that you can have with the many different faces, some with bows, some without bows. You know how that goes. So anywho, now that I've done that, now I've got my glue gun heating up, because what we're going to do is we're going to line this up. All right. While this is doing what it needs to do and this guy needs to warm up, let's talk about the bullet fabric for a second. So the bullet fabric has like bumpies on one side and it's flat on the other. To make a bullet fabric bow, a no-sew bow, this guy right here, okay, I was asked if I could do one. So what you're going to need is 15.5 inches wide or long, and then it needs to be 5 inches wide. We're making a 5x5 bow. You're also going to need some elastic bands. You can use clear, white, black. Okay. You're also going to need a 2-inch. Let's see, it's 2 inches. We'll go call it 2x8. Okay. So you need a 2x8 piece of material. This is the center piece that we're going to end up knotting. You need a 15.5 by 5 piece of bullet fabric. Okay. So, whoops, got stuck in my finger. Let's talk about this design for a second. So here's a different design just to give you guys some visual interest. When you are making bullet fabric bows and you want to add a name, okay? So here's how you go about doing this. First of all, figure out the size, which we determined was 15.5 inches. You find your center point, which would be 17 3/4, I think is what it is. And you find your center point. Half your bow will be one color, and then I'm doing a solid on the other side. Now, what I can tell you is I moved this over from the center. The center of the name is at 1.5 inches. So at the 1.5 inch mark, you want to put your name. So if you're wondering where exactly that goes, at 9.5 inches is where you're going to put the name of the child, is at 9.5 inches. So it's 1.5 inches from the center, or it's 9.5 inches from the end. Okay. And I go from left to right because that's how I read. So that's why I did it. I mean, could you go that way? Yes. But so 9.5 inches is where I put the name. I create the solid piece. Yes, you want to put the color all the way around it. All right. And the reason for the color being all the way around is because you're going to be folding it around. Okay. So I almost just grabbed the wrong. You know what? I'm going to use that. Here's another thought. If you don't want the white center, you can go ahead and add an additional 2 inches to the one side if you want, so that you can press the middle. That's up to you. Or you can add just another rectangle that's 2x8 and then just press it. And then you can have a pretty center as well. Now, this guy, because it is fabric, I don't care if it goes over. This happens to be the overlap. This is not something I need to be neat about. Where I need to pay attention, okay, let me move this up. I can see the name through here. I want to make sure that my name is where it needs to be. So I will tape at that point because I don't want the fabric to slide underneath, okay? I don't care if it spills over here. We're going to end up cutting this down anyway, so don't even worry about it. Okay. So I'm going to go press this guy. Grab the paper. Move that out of the way. What I'm doing is I'm folding my paper in half, and the reason I'm folding it in half so I can do a top and bottom. All right, so again, let me recap that. 15.5 inches. The name is at the 9.5 inch mark. I tape it at that point so I can make sure that her name is lined up where it needs to be. The bow is 5 inches wide. Okay, so it's 15.5 inches long by 5 inches wide. And then I go through and I tape it down. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. All right. While that's doing what it needs to do, let's see if my glue gun is finally all warmed up. Oh, she is warmed up. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Hold on. You know, at some point I'll probably break out my my cordless one that I have. So I'm going to come through and a little bit at a time. I like to work in small sections when I'm going to be gluing it. Please remember, this is for the sake of this tutorial. I am using hot glue. You're definitely going to want to go in. You're either going to want to sew it, or you're going to want to use E6000 or heat bond. And I lined that up completely wrong. Hold on. Ready? Watch this. Yep, you just watched me do it because I just realized I did it down too short. Hold on, please. When you're multitasking. Let me let that sit for a second. Let's work on this project. So, I lined it up wrong. That was a me problem. I'm going to put this glue at the bottom so I line it up better this time. Covering all my holes. Okay. I got fabric all over this thing. Little threads. There we go. Now she's lining up. Now we're cooking with gas. Okay. While that does this, and I can pull off that string that was on my... Do you ever have just that tried and true glue gun and you're like, oh, I'm used to that glue gun. That's the glue gun and it drives me nuts. I really need to get my cordless one out. Okay. So now that she is in there solid, okay, I am going to come up through here because this is, I want to glue that corner down, see where it is, and glue this corner down and see where that is. Okay. Let them dry, let them cure. Stick your hand in here when you're using E6000 or anything like that. See, like that. Again, I would probably go in and sew this. To be very honest with you, I would just do a quick sew, straight stitch it all the way around, back stitch, back stitch. That would be what I'm going to do for these. I just want to make sure that it's sealed so when I go to flip it, it doesn't look stupid because that's just how my life runs. People are like, Nikki, you're getting out the sewing machine. Yes, because I'm more than just sublimation. I do embroidery. I make stickers. I sew dresses. I do so many things, and I like to incorporate my worlds. I like to pretty much just combine all of the things that I do because it makes for some pretty unique projects. Okay. Pull this out. Let's finish up this project before we move on to the next. Okay, so we have that. Okay. Now we're going to go in, gently flip it, especially because like I'm using glue, I'm using hot glue, and hot glue isn't flexible at all. But again, for the sake of this tutorial and me not wanting to fight with the heat bond, we're just, see, this is why you don't glue it. That's okay. We're just going to keep going. Keep going. This is why you did not hot glue anything fabric wise. Because it looks messy. It just looks messy. It doesn't look professional. We want professional. I was debating how I was going to show this. Like, you know what? I'm just going to have to just show it because you need to just see what a finished product look like. Okay. So now that we have our bag, again, you guys are going to want to sew it, heat bond it, whatever it is, E6000 it. I don't care. Just make sure your E6000 is completely sealed. All right. And this is what your bunny bag ends up looking like. Okay. Again, that hemmed edge is why we did it for you non-sewers who are going to use the heat bond or the E6000. Why are you both on the screen?
We're not. I fixed it.
Okay, I'm like, why are you both on the screen? So the one time I do look up, you do want to have the hemmed edge here. Again, you're going to use your heat bond or the E6000 for a no-sew project. Take your twine here. Now, I come slightly, you see where that line is? That was why that line was there. I need to be able to see where that is so that when I go to tie this guy, you're actually tying it closed. So I will gather him in and tie. Once you start gathering it in, you start to really just mess with them at this point. Keep tying it, keep tying it. Fan his ears out. Okay. And once you've got where you think you want it, just pick the ears so that they sit. And now you have this absolutely adorable bunny bag. Okay. Look at how cute he is. Come on.
It is super cute.
Right? Yes. Again, I like to give the disclaimer. Please don't use hot glue on fabric. Fabric and hot glue just don't get along. It's not pliable at all. It doesn't turn real well. So that's where I heat bond E6000. The only reason I used hot glue because for the sake of the tutorial and me not wanting to fight with any of this because I am live. But you guys at least get what it's supposed to look like. I, again, will probably sew these out and make a ton of them out of a table runner. I will line up the ears on one side and then on the other side, line up the back piece. This will be a free giveaway in the Sassy Subber group over on Facebook for you guys to be able to have with the face, with the ears. All you have to do is just print out. I will give you guys the template. I will give you guys also some designs that you guys can use in a wide variety of colors because, again, not all bunnies are made for pinks and purples. Sometimes we need to have some blues and greens. So there you go. This is what's going to be in that pack for you guys to use for free and go sell them. Go sell them. Go figure out what you're going to want to do with these. And then you can go from there. So there you go. Isn't that adorable? It's cute. It's too cute. All right, let's get back to the bow. So now we have our bow piece. We're going to take this all off. So here's something funny. For some reason, my printer colors are completely off on this particular one because it shows like more like a pink on my screen than it does this orangey color. So it might be that I just have to calibrate my screen because it's coming up orangey for this particular one. But my blues and my purples are on point, so it's got to be my screen. Okay. Again, we're not worrying about this right here. We're going to be cutting that off. Let me get my little handy dandy tool here. So Remember, this is your center point. This is 15.5 inches by 5 inches. I'm going to go through with this guy, and I'm literally going to create corners, or I'll take the corners off. The reason being is when we go to fold it, I don't want these corners to be peeking out. Do you have to be neat about it? No, you don't. Does it have to be perfect? Nope, not at all. Okay. Let me just grab my center piece. Here we go. So flip her over. You can see through the fabric. You can see where your center line is. You want to be able to put your center line. If you have a cutting mat like this, it's very helpful. Center line on your 10. And so you need to be able to make your bow. I'm sorry. Yes. You need to be able to make your bow 5 inches and just flip it. Okay. So you can see if this is a 5-inch bow, it is. See, I'm good at eyeballing. That's it. Just flip them over. Now, take this entire piece and flip it over. This is where you might want to center it just a little bit. So this is going to be, if this is at 5, this should be at 2.5. Look at me go. Look at me go. See, I'm on point this morning. So it doesn't always happen that way. When you're making a 5-inch bow, however wide the bow is how many pleats you put in it. Okay. So I just might want to pull it just a little bit, just snug it past it. I want it a little bit over. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. We'll go through that again. Put your rubber band in here. I forgot to do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So you have 5 little things. Hold this. Put it around. And put it around again. Okay. This is where you'll be able to go in now that it's held and fix where the rubber band is. White, black, clear, it don't matter. Okay. This is where I will take this and make sure that this is all flipped the way it's supposed to be. And then I tend to pull it and just, I like the fact that rubber band's there because it helps for me to be able to, all right, you're almost done. Literally, you're almost done. Okay, put that up aside. I'm going to take my center and I'm going to fold it in and I'm going to fold it in. Okay, so I'm folding in my raw edges. I'm going to take it and I'm going to wrap it around here. So now I have my center. Flip it around. Just tie a knot. That's really it. And you're actually done. You can add you could tie it to a headband. You could tie it to a hairpiece, an alligator clip. It don't matter what you tie it to. And then you just pull. And I will sit here and I will play with this so that it's nice and flat. Okay. And you're done. Okay. We come in through here. I just want to check this to make sure. Yep, perfect. So then I'm going to come in here, cut these down, and then I glue these down. This is the only place that I use anything else. I will glue this down right to here, but I like to put my alligator clip in first. You can use an alligator clip, a French clip, whatever you want to use. But if I put it right here, okay, now it's doing what it needs to do. And now I can put it in my hair, which I will literally model this off in a second. So that is that. You're done. Now Charlotte has a bow. It has the perfect little center. And that is it. You're done. It was a quick no-sew project. Let me go to the big screen so you can watch this ridiculousness right now, because I know you all are here for it. So if a child is going to wear this in their hair, you guys love when I do this. This is just ridiculousness at its finest. All right. Mom's going to put her hair up like so. Okay. Because this is the way the girlies wear the hair bows. So. Oh, I look adorable. Okay. God, I look cute.
That is too cute.
Don't I look adorable? My cheerleading days. Yes, this girl was a cheerleader back in the day. But there you go. That's what it's going to look like on a child. That's why you set it on the bottom, because then it's peaked up and it sits where it needs to sit. So yes, absolutely. This is where you put this. There's a thread on this and it's driving me nuts. Do you ever just look at something? When you make thousands of bows in your lifetime, you're like very bow snobbish. Okay, so that's what it looks like when it is a completed bow. And it's absolutely adorable. What do these sell for? You could sell them for $5 a piece all day long. They are the easiest things in the world to make. You can make, this is why you get the bullet fabric. The bullet fabric allows for us to be able to sub any design on it that we so choose. And it allows for us to be a little bit more in the competition field. Why? Because we could create our own. You just go buy white. And then if you need to have bunnies for one, but polka dots for another, you're not going and buying all of this already pre-printed fabric, because this allows for us. And for all you embroidery people, use the towels, use the bullet fabric, all the things that you can sub on, you can use those as an applique in a shirt. Save yourself some coin. That's what we're all about right now. Saving ourselves some coin and allowing for us to be able to print the fabric designs that we want to print without going out and buying hundreds of dollars on fat quarters and all of that jazz. We have the ability here at Sublimation that we can then go and create and print our own fabric for our own needs and making it very unique. You want to have a mom design in an applique, but you want the school logo. They don't print the school logo, but you can in an applique design. Maybe you want to make that bow into a school bow. Absolutely. Here you go. You've got 8 schools in your wheelhouse. There you go. See, that's why I am doing these crossovers, because I believe that our sublimation world can collide with any other part of our business in some way, shape, and form. And that's what I plan on showing you at least once a month. Kind of a crafty project. It doesn't have to necessarily do with substrates per se. It's just how we can collide our worlds. And you guys have been watching me collide my world this week with embroidery. You guys got to watch me see the earrings be pressed. Now you have some bullet fabric bows. We have the bunny bags. Yes, we did use something from Marvin, but the bunny bags are too cute. So why not, right? So there you go. That's what we are up to. Again, you guys will get the free tutorial for that. Let me just, let's go over the recap of everything that you saw in this project today. This is what we like to call the rewind. Today, we talked about how to make these 2 absolutely adorable things going into Easter. We have the bullet fabric bow with name, and we'll talk about the specifics in a second. And we have the bunny bag. Here we go. The bunny bag you're going to need for this particular project, you're going to need the table runner from Driven by Graphics Supply Co. All right. This one is the raw edge, surged edge, if you will, for that one. You're going to need that fabric. You guys will get the free pattern over in my Facebook group for this and some designs for you guys to use. For this construction of this bag, you can sew it, use E6000, or you can use heat bond tape. Do not hot glue it, because like what mine is, hot glue doesn't bend. It's just not a bendable adhesive. So you want to be able to do that. The reason why you want to take your bunny bag and have the one edge of the backside be up against that surged edge, it just gives it a finished edge. You want to make sure that our backs are bigger than this front pocket, so that when you do gather everything up, your bunny bag then sits as perfectly as punch. And there you go. There's your bunny bag for that. You could put a lot of great things in this bag, whether it's be candy, a puzzle. You could sell it as a mini basket idea for grandma to give her grandkids instead of those huge baskets, right? You could put games in there, travel games, whatever it may be. It's completely up to you. We're going to just tie this off real quick. Super cute, right? I love that I can take my sublimation and literally make other things with it, because I am more than just sublimation, and so are you.
And these are quick, easy ones, so that's even better.
Oh, it absolutely is. It's 100% quick and easy. You can even personalize it on the ear if you wanted to. You could personalize on the bottom, because I'll be giving you the templates for these. You guys will be, so hold tight for the templates. Don't be asking me for the templates until Monday. I will try to get to them loaded today. Please hold tight on this. I wanted to see if you guys wanted them. If you want them, by all means, I will definitely do it. But here you go. This will be a free thing for you guys. Here is your bow. So this is the bullet fabric bow that you can get the fabric off of my Amazon.com/shop/the Sassy Subber. You'll find a lot of great products in my storefront over there. Remember, all the stuff that you get from Driven by Graphics or my Amazon shop, which are affiliate links, go to our sprinkling of 4 different organizations this year. It takes a nation to help a nation, and that's what we're doing. It's no extra cost to you. You're already buying the things. The money's come in, and then we get to help some beautiful organizations. Child Cancer Awareness is definitely one of them. As a bone cancer survivor of a child's cancer, that one's definitely near and dear to my heart. So there you go. This bullet fabric is measured at 15.5 inches by 5 inches wide. So 15.5 inches long by 5 inches wide. You're going to want to fold it so that your bow is 5 inches. So when you are folding your bow, glue all over this thing. Okay. When you're folding your bow, you want to make sure that your bow is 5 inches wide. When you're scrunching it up, you want to go 5 different scrunchies. Okay. You want to use elastic hair bands for this, whether it's clear, it's white, or they're black. You can get them from Walmart. That's where I got this one from. All right. You want to sub them. When you want to put a name on these, you want to put them you find where your center is. The name is going to go at the 9.5 inch mark. At the 9.5 inch mark is where you're going to put it. I could put the template also too in the group as well, so that you know right where to place the name every time. Again, and then this way you guys can make your own bows with your own designs. You take this center fabric is 2 by 8. You fold it in half, fold it, and then fold it so that you cover up those raw edges. You tie it around, give it a knot, glue these back pieces on, add your clip, and you're done. Done, done, done. Really, this project, once you have all your fabric cut out, this project should only take you maybe 5 minutes. Literally, this is a 5-minute project that you can sell and make $5 to $8 on these bows. Absolutely all day long with that. So there you go. How beautiful is that? So we have that bow. Let me show you the other one that I made for her. I don't know where I put it. Oh, right there in front of my face. So there you go. There's her 2 bows. How cute are they, right? That's it. These were the so simple, not sewing type of projects for you guys, just to show you that sublimation is more than just hard substrates or the typical substrates. Let's see what other projects we can get ourselves into. Last week we did feathers. This week is bunny bags and bows. So there you go. We have lots of fun projects that we could do with our sublimation and the crossover. That's it for now. Thanks, guys, so much for watching me. This has been the Sass for February 12th. If you have any questions, please find me over in my Facebook group at the Sassy Subber, where I can answer your questions, and my entire admin team. Say good night or good afternoon to the ladies who are behind the helm. It looks like Jess and Jody are behind there right now, so say thank you to them. And thanks, everybody, for watching. Until then, I'll see you guys, you know where, on the flip side.